So I didn't realize looking at the SBCs, they have really narrowed down how many we've got. Pretty much all of the SBC cards we've got in terms of players, other than Vardy and Sesko, and then obviously the under 21s player of the seasons. Everybody else is new from this week. All of the others have gone. Dybala's gone, and to be honest, I know Sesko's only got 6 hours, but I don't know why he's from the Bundesliga this long, and like Dybala's gone, Dumfries is gone. It seems to be there must have been a timer problem or something, but in general, we are looking at a very slow list, so they have pretty much narrowed down what you've got. We have got maybe another weaker team of the season. I actually don't know if Ultimate... I really need to look at this, but I don't know if we are getting an Ultimate team of the season. If not, we'll be moving on to something different, which will be very interesting, but it definitely is very intriguing when you look at SBC style cycles. Icons we haven't had many of, so we naturally have got now the kind of final group of them. So if you do go over to Footbin and see what we've got left, Hullet has gone now, so he's going to be one that is unfortunately unobtainable unless you are doing evolutions or getting a different version from him. We've got 2 days left on Gerd Muller at 261. We then have got 1 week left at 138 for Lahm. You'll be able to read it. 216 on Beckenbauer, 250, 490 on the 92 Henry. Only a week left if you want to do it, but very cheap. 690 on Eusebio, 517 on Sauer, 450 on Zico, 330 on Baresi, 480 on Drogba, 620 on Eto'o, 950 on Thuram, and finally 220 on Owen. I'm going to make it very easy when it comes to icons. I don't think there's a very complicated way of doing this, because when you look at prices, you look at all the cards we've got, they are self-explanatory on which ones you should complete and which ones really now are kind of just okay. Thuram, for me, is probably one of the only ones other than maybe Henry because of evolutions that have come out in the future. I'd possibly go Eusebio as well. I would put him in decent value. Gerd Muller, I'd put in decent value. When it comes to anybody under 200k as an icon, I'd say as an SBC storage is a nice upgrade. When I look at the likes of Sauer now, I look at Zico, Baresi, I'm just not feeling it. For the price that you're paying, they're good upgraded cards, and most definitely, but you've got to think, we've had, 5-6 weeks now of no icons or heroes. They are going to be coming out in an abundance. More than likely, what I can see what happens is we'll get an upgrade of hero and icons for the next couple of weeks. We then move into maybe a shapeshifter promo. We then move into footies that all hero and icons get 99 upgrades. At this point, if you have not finished many, if any of these icons, you're probably not going to, and there was no real plan of it. You got Beckenbauer at 200. He would now move into the SBC storage for me. Nedved, I'd probably go the same. If you're looking for just completing icons for the sake of it, you've got no other SBCs to finish, then by all means, they're not terrible. Drogba, I mean, I'd go decent value still, but he is very much on that watch of 480 is a lot to put into a non-top of the top now. And it's very easy to do when you do look at the cards that we've got, especially some of the strikers we've got that are just questionable. I'd do the same for Eto'o, and to be honest, Owen, at 220 I'd go SBC storage, but he would be pretty much in that don't complete. It might be an evolution in the future as such. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Eldorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Eldorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Now then, it kind of gives you the free reign on the players then. So like I say, we've got pretty much one page and Vardy. Now Vardy most definitely is still in my favourites, one of the better strikers that you can actually get. He's coming in now at 844. Still got a week left. I mean, he is most definitely one that I would be look at completing. Now, I don't know. I don't think he is an absolute must. I think he is a sensational striker. The power shot, obviously then the quick step and the low driven. If you do wait for an Evo, if he doesn't get a footies and gets the finesse on top of that, it's a perfect striker. He's absolutely brilliant. His body type is fantastic. His pace is obviously maxed out. Shooting's great. Dribbling's decent. And a bit of physicality. All he's waiting for is that final quadruple play star plus, and he would be absolutely golden. The problem I've got with putting him in a must complete right now is I don't know how he's going to be in the future compared to what we've got. If you can hold out till the final couple of days and see what sort of promo we're at, what sort of cards we've got, and what's coming up in the future, that's a potential then to maybe put him into overdrive. When we look at, obviously, the under-21s, their SBC storage, it's a cheap SBC. It's not going to cost you much. It quite literally is like 20,000? Yeah, 16,000. To complete it once, you get a 90. More than likely, you're picking Job if you've got no affiliation to any of the other teams. Personally, for me, Warsaw would be a cracking one to pay homage to the FIFA 19 Warsaw team I built, which was a 99 rated team. Incredible, I say the least. Then we have got the likes of Sesko, Dabina. You've got your cheap ones, Endoy. They're not going to be in your team. Let's be real. We're gonna put it all out there. Berg obviously coming in at 18. You then even got Baba coming in at 100. They're just not going to be. One that is nice for the price is Jimenez is decent for the 50,000. Again, whether you think he's going to be in your team or not, I will be a little bit more lenient on him and I'll put him in the decent value to think that maybe because we're in La Liga, you put him in there. But realistically, he's not going in there. Same as a lot of them. You look at, obviously, the beautiful road to the final card that we've got in here, coming in for the conference, Real Betis versus Chelsea. I'm pretty sure it's Chelsea. Coming in with 60,000 coins, really not that much in certain price, but could go up to the 96. So could be worth a little throw in there. I would say he's definitely worth at least a look in. If he does manage to get the 96 and they do it over Chelsea, fair enough. If not, it's just going to be followed later on down the line anyway. So you throw Dabina and Doy in there. Obviously, Baba would go in there as well. Berg, it's not going to go in. Now, I don't know why he's in here. Just don't complete him. I must have put him in over somebody else. But in general, we've kind of got the final upgraded cards, and to be honest, there's none really that I'm going absolutely nuts over. I think Martinez is most definitely one of the better ones that you can get from them. Obviously coming in with the finesse, the low driven and the quick step, kind of how like Vardy should be. And to be honest, body type very similar. He's kind of more of a leaner build and he is kind of more pace orientated with the shooting and dribbling. I think for me, if I was looking at the sort of strikers, I would have him as one of the more must-complete strikers. But then I'd kind of be looking more into the decent value depending on who you've got. Because if Vardy's not up there, I mean, you could argue. You could definitely argue between them two. When we do look at the likes of Anthony, cracking upgrade. I mean, he's brilliant. There's a lot of right wings out there. 500 might be a bit of a stretch in my opinion. I don't think it's terrible. Like he's got a solid upgrade. From to say this is his first upgrade in the game from 77 to 95, it's a cracking upgrade, but 500,000 is a little bit on that skeptical side. He's a good card. I just don't know if I'd go for 500. I think if I'm going to be really brutal, like there's a lot of cards out there. Maybe you could go with it's okay value, but I'm going to go with the absolute no. I just think with what you're paying for some of these cards, that for me is just a bit of a stretch too far. We then also have Patry. She's going to come in as a 94. Again, another incredible card. One of the trios that we can get now for the Putellas, the Bonmati, and now Patry. And she comes in with a little bit more of a passing-orientated game. I really was hoping for more of a defensive, just because Putellas and Bonmati are so passing and shooting orientated. She could have been the counterbalance to made more of a DM role, but she is just passing everywhere, and she's decent value. She's 300,000. She's not that expensive. You throw in the Liga Ref team of the season, and to be honest, you've got yourself a bit of a worldie going on. And that is going to be all the SBCs for this week. I'm very interested to see where we go for the next, because like I say, these have only got a few weeks left on them, and we need a big influx of cards, and that more than likely will come over the next couple of weeks. We'll see where EA go from Team of the Season. Leave a like down below. Let me know who you're completing, if you're completing anybody at this point, other than the daily 93 Encore icon pack. But apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.